Hello, hello, my lovely earth signs. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're returning. My name is Haley and my spirit name is Soaring Heart Woman. This is going to be your love reading for August 2024. And it's going to be for singles only. The energy that I was picking up as I was sitting down to do the reading was very adamant that it is for singles. So if you are in a relationship, this is not your reading. If you are single and I just heard single as a Pringle, um, as in there is nobody in your vicinity. There is somebody coming in for you soon. For those of you that are dating around and there is somebody of interest, we will get into it. There is definitely some soulmate energy going on. Is this the person that you're thinking of? Possibly, possibly not. We'll know more with the cards. I also heard past life relationship. So there is something to do with a soulmate karmic type of energy from a previous life and or when you were younger. Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Romantic offers coming in. If you are single, you may not be single for very long. Oh my. Yes. Okay. So we're already getting a story. So we've got the Tower card. For those of you that are single currently, you might just recently be single, and by recent, I mean in the last, I'm hearing year, breaking up, splitting up within the last year to 2 years. That is still fairly recent energy. And then you have Justice and the Nine of Swords. So this to me is already talking about the past. There was something that was not working for you in a previous relationship, which is why it had ended and or you ended it. It was causing a lot of anxiety. It was causing um, a lot of things that were not for you. It was causing a lot of upheaval. It was causing a lot of anxiety. It was causing a lot of pain that was not necessarily needed. It was a lesson to go through, yes. And the lesson was to break down the walls, to let it end. Let justice be served. Letting justice be served, allowing Nine of Swords, the crows are your guides. They're here watching over you, protecting you. This was necessary to move you towards this soulmate connection, this past life connection. Or previous connection when you were younger, friends as such. This isn't energy that you've been in a relationship per se, in this life, but you knew each other. In a past life, you may have been together. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, single as a Pringle. And thriving, I might add. You have two nines, Nine of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. It was like needing that rest and removal of anxiety and frustration. In the Nine of Swords in this deck, she's resting. She's actually sleeping. In most decks, she's not. So this is getting that rest because of justice being given, because that tower came down, because that relationship ended. You moved on, you moved away. And now you're prosperous, you're abundant, you are getting your life together, your career, your friendships, you're getting back on track is what I'm hearing. This was necessary to get you back on track. Temperance, yes, because there was an imbalance. There wasn't, wow, you have the Tower and the Justice and Temperance underneath them. This was major. This was necessary to happen because you need to get back into balance with yourself. I am a firm believer in relationships being three cups, not one. In the sense that one cup is yours, one cup is your partner's, and one cup is the relationship. And you cannot feed into the relationship cup if you don't have anything in your cup. which is why you need to take care of your needs and balance yourself out first. Just like your partner would need to balance themselves out, take care of themselves first in order to give to the relationship. And this is what you're doing. You are getting set up in abundance for yourself in order to be able to give into a relationship cup, but also setting the boundaries that you need to, knowing that you're not going to overgive and you're not going to burn yourself out. Yeah. The unknown card. Oh my goodness. I love when this card shows up. This is an extra card in this deck. And the unknown card is your higher self, creator, your guides being like, there's so many things that are coming in for you. It's okay not to know. You don't have to be anxious. Like I needed to take a breather because I was starting to have that heart increase. And it's like, it's okay. You don't need to know. Take that weight off. That's not something that you need to deal with. You can let that go and allow your ancestors and creator and guides help you with that, right? It allows you to release the unknown, the fear of the unknown. Balancing yourself out and saying, you know what will be. And getting into a relationship with someone and putting in effort, but also still keeping yourself up in tip-top shape, you are better able to assess very deeply. You see she's got the scrying glass. You can see the details and assess things very well to know if you're putting more effort in than they are, or if they're going to put effort in. And as soon as they don't, or things start to feel one-sided, then it's reassessing and going, okay, is this person really for me or not? It's okay to not have equal partnership all the time. Sometimes it's 80-20, sometimes it's 90-10, sometimes it's 98-2. But if it's like that continuously all the time, one putting more in than the other, then that's a problem. It's about balance, not necessarily equal. Equal can actually be very imbalanced sometimes, because when somebody can only really put in 10% because their cup is empty, or almost very empty, then that's all they can put in. Okay? They can't put in 50% if they don't have it. Where it becomes an issue is if they don't have it all the time. Temperance and that balance, it's like baking a cake, right? You don't put in a cup of water and a cup of flour and a cup of salt to make a cake. That would make a pretty lousy cake, right? It's about having the right amounts of everything that's going to make this cake, to allow it to rise, allow it to create and become something, right? Balance is not 10 rocks on a scale and 10 feathers on a scale. The scales would not be balanced. It's about finding that balance within yourself before finding balance within a relationship with someone else. And the unknown card speaks to not knowing if it's going to balance out or not, right? So if you give a rock and they give 10 feathers and those 10 feathers weighs that 10 rocks, then yeah, it balances out. Or you give a little to a new relationship and you wait to see if there's a little given back and how much, and then you assess and go, okay, is this balanced? Is this something that I'm okay with? Is this something I can live with? And if it's not, then it's not, and you walk away. And it's okay to walk away. You won't be feeling shame or guilt for wasting your time or anything like that. It's not about, the unknown card is about trusting in the unknown. It's about getting into a relationship, being open enough to get into a relationship and be like, you know what, if it doesn't work out, that's cool. And if it does work out, that's cool. And it's about having that non-reaction to it, or the possibilities of it, or what we want or predict in that sense. And it's a really, really great energy to have, because when you have an energy of, I'm going to try to find, sorry, they cut me off. That was the wrong terminology. When you go in with an energy of, I am open to love and I'm open to possibilities, you also go in open and knowing that that person might not be for me. We might date a couple of times, we might date for 2 months, 2 years. But in the end, if it ends, I'm okay. Nine of Pentacles. I've got me. I'm okay. And that is the type of energy you want to go into a relationship with, because you're able to really assess what you're okay with and what you're not okay with, right? If we attach ourselves to a person, we tend to, or the idea of that person, we tend to forgive red flags or behaviors that are not okay, and in the long run end up in tower moment. When you can go in knowing that even in 2 years, 20 years, whatever, it ends, it ran its course, it was what it was, and you're okay. You've got you. And with doing that, you're bringing people in a much higher frequency, and you're able to discern those red flags, or the things that don't, not even necessarily red flags, but they just don't work for you, right? It's like, talking to somebody on a date going, oh yeah, I love living in the country, and yet they're a kind of a Wall Street type where they need to be in the city. Even if you like that person, even if you have the same belief systems and value systems, even if they're super, super attractive, the chemistry is off the chart. If you're looking for a long-term relationship versus just like a fleeting moment, is that person really going to work for you? Right? Is it living in the country a must for you? Because for them, living in the city is a must for them, so it's not going to work. Right? It's assessing those things and removing the emotional aspects of it, and coming out with a full and true understanding of who somebody is, and who you are, and what you're needing and wanting. Whew, that was a lot. All right, let's move on. They may draw me back to that, because it's something, there's something about that, like there's a point that needs to be like, there's a point with that just really needs to be drilled in for some of you, and others, it's like, you're doing this, and they want to really acknowledge that, and that it's an amazing, beautiful thing for you to be doing. I'm also hearing, for some of you to be telling. So if you are like a relationship coach, or thinking about being a relationship coach based on your previous experiences, and you know this to be true, what I'm saying, you know this to be true, then it's something about you knowing people around you that need this advice as well. The Death, rebirth. See, there is a birthing aspect to this unknown. Death underneath the Nine of Pentacles. You are rebirthing yourself into an abundant, confident person, trusting in the unknown. Transformation. Butterflies are all over your reading with Temperance, the Death. Oh, look, there's a little hummingbird too. What is hummingbird? Oh, believe in the impossible. I just heard believe in the impossible. Hummingbirds, hummingbirds. Do they mate for life? This person that's coming in, because you're being discerning, your next relationship is going to be one that's going to last. This past life relationship, this soulmate, this is going to last. They can finally come in because you know this. You know this to be true. And this is the energy you're taking on and acting with. Earth signs, the ones that this is resonating for. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Oh, my heart just is like open. It's just like, whew, happy tears. Oh my gosh. Eight of Swords. Oh my goodness. There is some nervousness to trust the unknown. Oh my gosh, Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay. There is a little bit of nervousness with underneath this Temperance and Unknown card, not knowing for sure. Of course, everyone has a little bit of anxiety not knowing the future, right? Fear of the unknown. Feel the fear, do it anyway. This also depicts and shows she is standing still. She is not moving. She's not panicking, right? She's turning into herself and listening to herself, listening to her guides and her ancestors, which are the birds, and they are slowly unbinding her, right? This was a binding of you from a past life situation. There is a lesson here, whether it was from a past life that you were bound into playing out in this life for the first part, or if this happened when you were young, you learned a certain, you had to be a certain way to be loved. You had to deal with certain things, anxieties, reactions. You felt bound to it. You felt bound to someone, something. That's being released. Your guides and your ancestors are pulling those strings and unbinding you. You'll you will soon see, I heard. You will soon see. You will soon be able to see. Maybe see 10 of Cups. Whoa. We'll see. Okay, Earth signs. Wow, this reading is like intense. Page of Cups. Focused on fulfillment within yourself, your heart space. Emotionally fulfilling yourself. Filling you up. Filling your cup first. And that is like the number one way to call in a soulmate or a life partner, because you are you and you're happy being you. And yeah, my earth signs that this is resonating with you. You are proud and happy to be single. You're in a space where it's like, yeah, I am single and I'm okay with that. And I will be single for the rest of my life if people can't show up in the right way. That's amazing. That is amazing. Don't let anyone tell you any different, because I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, are you dating anyone? Or, oh, you should be dating, blah, blah, blah. You're not getting any younger, la, 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 la. All the crap. All the crap. And that's literally what I heard. It's crap. All the crap. Don't listen to it. If you decide, if this soulmate, this past life relationship comes in and you decide not to go for it and you stay single, that is okay. That is totally okay. If you want to be single for the rest of your life, that is totally okay. Most of you that are watching this, because it's a love relationship, are wanting love. So I don't see that necessarily happening, but I also am being called to let you know that if you decide that, like right now, you think you want to be in a relationship and have a love, and they come in, and at the end of the day, you decide, no, I'm better off single. I like being single. I like living on my own. That is okay. Don't let anyone tell you any different, okay? Somebody needed to hear that. Okay, this relationship that's coming in. Ooh, interesting. Five of Wands. It might not be, how do I say this? It's not a bad thing. But it's definitely going to test you when it comes in. Like, this energy is very, not combative in a bad way, but it's challenging, right? These two lions are challenging each other. This soulmate past life relationship is going to challenge you. It's going to create change in you for the better. We only grow when we're uncomfortable, right? Like, we can't stay in a, we like to be comfortable and we like to stay in comfort. However, we do not expand or grow in comfort. We grow and expand through discomfort. Very mild discomfort and severe discomfort. That is what happens. And so this particular relationship or person that is coming in will challenge you. They will challenge you to be better, and you will challenge them to be better. And it will be frustrating at times, and it can be very passionately intense at times. So you have to decide if that's something that you want to do. For some of you, like I said before, when I said some of you needed to hear it's okay to be single, some of you will choose not to do anything with this relationship or this person, this soulmate connection, because it's too much for you at this time. For others of you, you're ready to level up and you're ready to go through, because this person is going to bring multiple expansions and changes and growth, and almost like all at once. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be intense. It's not going to be toxic in any way or negative in any way. They're just going to challenge you. So, for example, let's say you have a negative behavior that you've been wanting to fix yourself. And it's been a challenge for you. This person is going to see this negative behavior and they're going to say, hey, this behavior is not okay for me. This isn't this, like, how do we fix this? They're not going to be confrontational and rude and defensive or anything like that. What they're going to do is like, hey, look, I see that you're struggling with this. This is an issue for me as well. I don't like if it's, laziness. Let's go with that. Like you want to be super busy, or you want to go do things on the weekend, but you're just so overwhelmed, and then you feel exhausted and you can't get anything done. All you want to do is lay down on the couch once the weekend rolls around. And this person is like super active and they're ready to go, 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 go. And they're like, hey, look, I've noticed that multiple weekends come around and all you want to do is Netflix and chill. I get it. I like doing that sometimes too, but I can't do that every weekend. I need to be doing something. I want to go for a hike. I want to go here. I want to do this. I want to do that. What can we do together to make this different? What can I take off your plate to make you feel less exhausted? Or vice versa. It's going to be this challenge, but it's going to be good challenge. It's not going to be a negative defensive challenge like, you're so lazy all the time, you never want to do anything. It's not going to be that. It's not going to be that. It's going to be, how can we work on this to make it better? And vice versa. You can say that to them. Like, let's say they're super, super bad about going out for meals all the time. They never make a lunch, or they don't make food, and they want to, and they're very good at it, but it's just quick and easy to go and grab food. But they don't want to do that anymore, and they've mentioned that a few times, and you don't want to keep going out because it kind of gets annoying after a while, or you feel sick after. So you mentioned, say, hey, I noticed that we have gone out 6 times this past week. What can I do to help you and help this relationship so that we stay at home and make meals? Do you want to make a meal together? Do you want to take a cooking class? Like, it's about finding a better way to do something. And you're able to grow the relationship and grow each other by challenging each other on these things, in a very good way. It's not in a negative way, like, oh my gosh, all you do is eat out and blah blah blah. No, it's going to be done in a better way. If you have somebody come in that is doing it in a challenging way, saying, oh, you're lazy, or oh, all you ever do is eat out, that's not this is not this energy, that's not this person, okay? So that might be somebody else coming in that you might have to kick out, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because the 501, sometimes people can be a little worried about that. But they all have sticks. They're not, it's not a battle. They're not actually going to hurt each other. Okay. They're practicing, they're challenging, they're growing their skills. And that's what you guys can do together. That's what you'll do. This is power couple energy. Okay. So with that, my earth signs, I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated for you. And if it did, be sure to like the video and subscribe. I much appreciate it. I appreciate you. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.